and welcome to today's discussion on the Yoga Revolution. The Yoga Revolution is a personal experience that can be experienced as a collective. It basically just means that you take responsibility for your life, you create a physical practice, and you do work attached to meditation, self-inquiry, and a physical asana yoga practice. So welcome to the revolution. There's a lot of different ways that you can get into a yoga practice, but the first step is getting onto a mat. The best yoga on the planet is called Baptiste yoga, and I've been practicing for 10 years. I would have to say that I've practiced other yogas, including Bikram and a bunch of others, but honestly, I don't remember them. Baptiste yoga has inspired me to move to Colorado. It has inspired me to do the work that I do here with you. It has inspired me to change my life. Not only has it inspired my life, but it's also allowed me to lose weight, gain muscle, feel empowered, and more. Creating relationships with many individuals, from people all the way to Africa, with Baptiste Yoga's affiliated program known as Africa Yoga Project, where they take Africans, real Africans who live in Africa, who live in the ghettos of Africa, and they teach them yoga to where they inspire other Africans to practice yoga. And I have to tell you, they are the best teachers I've ever taken a class from. It's fabulous. So welcome to the revolution. If you've continued on watching, you have at least some interest in stepping onto your mat. And I want to explore with you the ideas of Baptiste yoga as 3 themes. Because yoga is a self and professional development center in itself, where a lot of the times you're going to want to be a no. You're going to be what we call on it about something. Where you're going to dig your heels in the ground and you're going to say, I do not want to. That is what you're breaking through. The 3 themes are be a yes, come from you are ready now, and give up what you must. And it becomes a little comical when you reach your breakthrough, when you can take a look back and see your breakdown. And when you can start catching yourself early in the breakdown, even though you know that it's a breakdown, it's very hard to see your way out. However, if you can come to these 3 themes, be a yes, come from you are ready now, and give up what you must, I can assure you there's a light at the end of any tunnel that you come across. Because your next breakthrough will be your next breakdown. And I like to say, as Larry would say from my advanced course, the ceiling becomes the floor. And expansion takes work. But the work definitely works. When you begin a yoga practice, you want to commit to a yoga practice, choosing days of the week that you want to practice, especially in the beginning, because the 2 envelope voices, one will tell you want to practice, but the other one screams very loudly, don't practice. By setting a commitment to a practice, you'll be more likely to get onto the mat, which will then enable you to forward movement, not only your physical practice, not only your physical self, but you're breaking down energy that's holding you back from the success of who you are. Creating a personal meditation will assist you alongside of your asana practice, in that it will help you clear your mind from the monkey mind, we call it, which is lots of different thoughts that never stop. By sitting quietly with no music, you will be able to drown out the noise and practice just being, which is the goal in life, is to not sweat the small stuff, but to use tools, physical tools, on how to get there. Generally, it's a 5-minute beginner practice for those of you who are serious about your yoga practice and your evolution in self. However, 1 minute would be great because some of you have never had any physical, spiritual practice ever. And starting with small baby steps is big steps to the bigger end goal. Balancing your diet. Taking a look at your diet by writing down your diet for a week. And then realizing the junk food that you ingest just by looking at the document to tell you what food you're putting into your body. Meaning it takes work to get to this other side, but it doesn't take a lot of work. That's why you're going to add in your positive mental attitude that we created with the 17 laws to success. You're going to journal. Journaling, maintaining a journal of experiences and feelings and of your practice. Meaning you don't have to journal personal things. It could look a little like this. Dear Journal, today in yoga practice, I was able to get into wheel. Last week, I wasn't able to do that, but today I empowered myself to grow. It's interesting how oftentimes we don't want to express ourselves with emotional feelings of what's really goings on. However, those emotional feelings of actions in life show up on the mat. And by recognizing breakthroughs on the mat, you then start to realize and experience breakthroughs in real life. Reading. Committing to reading a spiritual book, whether it be in pieces, like a book of Melody Beattie, Journey to the Heart, or if you're really committed and you want to read a book like A Course in Miracles. And don't forget Baron's work, of course. You may actually find yourself like me, operating with about 60 books lying around the house, and you just pick them up and get inspired and you start posting videos on this. Because the beauty of all of this is connected. Positive support, openness, and presence. You have to say these words out loud. I commit to making myself good, the group good, the facilitators good, and my practice good. I commit to empowering myself. I commit to empowering each participant. I commit to empowering the facilitators, and I commit to empowering my program. We're diving into a little bit of the 40 Days to Personal Revolution, but I can assure you that you will not get that kind of evolution that you will get when working with a group who's been trained in the 40 Days to Personal Revolution. And that specifically is speaking to Baron Baptiste himself. As the 40 days realigns itself, you'll find facilitators who are once again up to the same thing, like myself. However, at this time, it's important to know that Baron Baptiste is the location that you will go to create your Baptiste yoga practice. He has many practices on YouTube, and he has many YouTube shorts also on YouTube to assist you in your expansion. And it's important to take a look at his website. There are boot camps located all over the country and honestly all over the world. He's had boot camps located in Thailand, and I believe he's having one in Belize coming soon. And when you do a level 1 training, you better believe you're going to have some transformation. However, I would not recommend doing a level 1 training until you've had a physical practice of yoga at least for 3 months. Let's see, what else do I want to tell you? There's some things that come along with when you're working a yoga practice, and just going to name out some themes that come along with the 40 days that get discovered and evolved, because no matter how many times you do the 40 days of personal revolution, it's every single time is something new. You're in a different place in your life as you evolve into your new spaces. It's like stepping from here to over here, an advancement of your steps toward enlightenment. It's very powerful because when one door opens, another one closes. And as you evolve in your expansion of humanity, you realize that your problems are lit up with, it used to be a flashlight, and now it's a spotlight. You have presence. We have presence as themes. We have vitality as a theme. We have equanimity as a theme. We have restoration as a theme. We have centering as a theme. And we have triumph as a theme. Presence, vitality, equanimity, restoration, centering, and triumph. And each word has a multi-dimensional meaning specific to who you are, but specific to the word of presence. It's not just about being in the moment, it's about experiencing what it means to be in the moment. And as you practice on your mat, you'll have a connection of mind, body, and spirit on what it definitively means to be present, not just on your mat, but in your life. And you'll constantly connect to that feeling. Vitality. Generally, vitality would mean life. What does that even mean to have vitality in life? I feel alive. However, that's just a cover up for what's really going on, as in I'm okay. So when you practice a yoga practice, you get curious about those things that are hidden in the crevices of your muscles. You may find yourself being emotional, stuck energy as you come into wheel. The release of stuck energy might be tears, and that's okay. It's actually a powerful new beginning to your expansion. Let's take a minute to read the 12 laws of transformation. 1, seek the truth. The highest form of repentance is self-acceptance. Number 2, be willing to come apart. Don't make things happen, allow them to happen. Number 3, step out of your comfort zone. Drop the patterns of stories of the past and step out of your comfort zone. Number 4, commit to growth. No matter what comes up, we learn to stay right where we are. Number 5, shift your vision. Develop a heart of faith and take the leap of faith. Number 6, drop what you know. We don't change by thinking, we change by doing, and doing with a pure intent. Number 7, relax with what is. The key is to notice and not react. Number 8, remove the blocks. We don't have to solve any of our problems. Our problems will give us up. Number 9, don't rush the process. Everything in life has a natural order and rhythm of unfolding. Number 10, be true to yourself. Look within to discover what you know in your heart to be right and then act on it. Number 11, be still and know. Stop the busyness, planning, running around, accumulating, and stressing about things. Number 12, understand that the whole is the goal. You cannot do wrong in one part of your life and expect to do right in all others. Transformation is not a one-time event. Quoted by Baron Baptiste. The future is born out of now. Knowledge makes you knowledgeable. Inquiry makes you powerful. Know what reactivity is. Know that reactivity is a choice, not a reflex we are powerless against. Know that reactivity is a choice, not a reflex we are powerless against. As we become gentler with ourselves, it is natural for us to have a deeper compassion for others and to live with true grace. Be a warrior, not a worrier. Think less, be more. All a powerful beginning to your yoga practice. All a space to be inquisitive about and be in self-discovery around. There's so much vastness in education, in spiritual creativity, enjoyment of life and relationships. It's time to start getting curious about what that actually means and taking the responsibility on for yourself and seeing which teacher is going to be your best teacher. For some, it will be the 17 laws of success. For others, it will be enhancement in their journey with doTERRA essential oils. For others, it will be the art of war and discovering that peace is the art. For others, it will be the perfect team manuscript that discovers what politics is really all about. And for others, it will be Louise Hay, and for others, it will be all of them. We are all on our journey. We are all in self-discovery, and it's important to start doing the work. Once you evolve into realizing your true potential, which is the being that you were placed on this planet to live your definite purpose, different paths and routes will open up to you, and your ability to follow your dreams and goals will become available to you. The things that used to be hidden from your plain sight, you'll realize were right there all along. The messages that God was trying to tell you to go that way will no longer be hidden because you've done self and professional developmental work in the form of transformation. The first step is being a yes. As we depart after this conversation, I want to say thank you for joining me in this talk of Baron Baptiste's work known as Baptiste Yoga. No matter what stage you are in your physical form, whether you be in a wheelchair, whether you are older, there is modifications to assist you in growing your abilities in the practice. It's all up here already, meaning if you have bad knees, use the wall. Consider that as an option. You don't even have to get up and down off the floor. You just use a wall and you use the chair. If you're in a wheelchair, high plank, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Subtle movements that bring expansion beyond your own wildest imagination. Strength in arms. Back bend. Upward dog. Downward dog. You create your own reality. You use the Baptiste practice for those of you who are modified to what works for you. That's the beauty of having YouTube these days, is you don't have to be in a public forum to do the work. I imagine in the future we'll have more online practices where you'll be in a live setting with Baron himself and you can modify at home privately. And the eventual advancement, as you grow, you'll eventually be in a yoga class and you won't care what people think about you. Because the yoga business is a little rocky at this time, I'll be honest with you. However, my ambition, my commitment is to start the yoga revolution to go where I know it to be, which is to empower those who are up to the positive things in life. Looking attractive in your pose doesn't mean anything. It's garbage. And Instagram models have attempted to destroy a spiritual practice that has changed lives so they can look cool and hurt people. And that's not what yoga is. Okay, thank you for joining me. My name is Cassandra Bright, Baptiste yoga teacher. Baron Baptiste. Baptiste yoga is the name of the practice. I invite you to start exploring your practice, whether it be 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or an hour, and eventually you'll make it to an hour and a half. And wait till you get to the point where you go to a level 1. That is going to knock your socks off.